Hey everybody, if you watched my video on beef ribs, you saw I had all kinds of issues with the little smoker I was trying to use. Well, I think I've got the problem solved. Welcome to Flavorsville. Okay, today's ingredients are very simple. We're going to start with a pork butt in the 6 to 8 pound range. If you can't find one in that range, 9-10 pounds is fine. I just prefer the smaller butts, but hey, you can smoke whatever you can get your hands on. Today's ingredients are simple. We are going to do an injection. The injection consists of apple juice, apple cider vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, and then I'm also going to put some of the rub that we're going to be using today. And while we're talking about the rub, this rub is made by a friend of mine. His name is Rug Bagby. He's a competition guy around here. He travels all over the United States, and gosh, I don't know how many awards he's won, but hey, who's to argue with success? So we're going to feature his original rub, and you can go to swampboys.com if you can't find it locally. Here in Central Florida, it's readily available, but if you live out of state or outside the Central Florida area, you can go to swampboys.com. He's got a store there, and you can buy any of his rubs, his sauces, and I highly recommend them, so check them out. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is make our injection. The ingredients, as I said, are very simple. We're going to use a cup of apple juice, quarter cup of apple cider vinegar, quarter cup Worcestershire sauce, and again, I prefer Lee & Perrins. And then we're going to put a teaspoon of rub. We're going to give that a quick stir. Okay. Now, I want to focus on the pork butt a little bit. When you look at a pork butt, there's a series of muscles throughout the butt. I mean, if you turn it around, you know, you've got a muscle here, you've got a muscle here, here. Flip it over, and gosh, I mean, you've just got all kinds of different muscles in this piece of meat. And the idea of injecting is to get your injection in each of those muscles. So we're going to use our injector. This is not the one that I normally use. Unfortunately, we just moved, and I haven't found the box that contains all of my injectors. But anyway, this one will work fine. So we just suck up some injection. Then you find the muscle that you want to use. You insert the injector, and then you just extract as you go. Okay, and you can see that meat pumping up as I'm doing this. Okay, so I'm going to quickly just go ahead and hit all the muscle groups, and then we'll come back and get our rub going. Okay, we've got our injection, so simple process now. We just grab our rub, and you don't want to be bashful when you're using rub. Now I'm going to start on the bottom side here. And we're going to put a real nice coat of rub. Big piece of meat like this can take a lot of rub or seasoning, whatever you're going to do. And you can always make your own rub. You can use any rub that you prefer. Definitely want to get all sides. Here's our smoker. It is a Gateway drum smoker that I just received. This is going to be the first cook. Today I'm going to be using a little bit of red oak and a little bit of hickory. Probably put two chunks of each in there. And you can see these are pretty good sized chunks. I ordered these on Amazon. Really nice dry kiln smoking wood. And then we've got our smoker here. It's pegged right on 300. Now I'm a low and slow guy. I've never cooked barbecue at this temperature before. I mean, even my briskets I generally do around 285. But these are designed to cook hot and fast. So we're going to give it a shot and see how it works out. And we're using some lump charcoal, using Blues Hog. That also came from Gateway. But yeah, we're ready to put the butt on. Let's take the lid off, take a look. You know, we're pretty much ready to go here. I'm going to take some of these accessories off that I have on here, like the rib hanger, the diffuser. I've been seasoning this grill this morning. So anyway, that's the grill. And we're going to go get the meat and get it on. We've got the meat on. We've got our smoking chips on the fire down there. So now we're just going to cover her up. And we're going to let this Gateway do its thing. Now, I don't know whether you saw the video I did on the Gateway. I just did a short video when I first got it, right before I seasoned it. But you'll notice these intake pipes on the front. There's two pipes, and they've got control valves on the top. The air goes in through the intake and then of course comes out the top. Now, as I said, we're going to cook hot and fast. Right now this thing's a little too hot. We got it at 500 degrees while the top is off, so I'm going to shut her down a little bit and bring that temp down. We want an even 300, which, like I said, is a little different. I normally cook pork butts at around 225, 250 max. So we're going to see how she does. So anyway, we'll be back in about 30 minutes. I'm going to spritz it and we're going to see where we're at. Okay, she's been on there for about 30 minutes. So let's take the lid off and let's see what we got. We most definitely got some color. Let's get this adjusted a little better. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what, for 30 minutes that's a whole lot of color. But anyway, my spray bottle malfunctioned, so we're just going to go the old-fashioned way and we're just going to mop it. And I'm using the same mixture that we used for our injection. I'm going to mop this every time I take the lid off. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this a quarter turn each time as well. Okay, so let's close her up and give her another 30 minutes. We are pegged just under 300 degrees. We've been on for an hour, so let's take a look and see what we got. Oh yeah, that's looking nice. We'll give her another mop. Just like so. Give her another quarter turn. Okay, I'm going to continue this process, and we'll come back in a little while and see what we got. Okay, I've pulled the butt off the smoker, and as you can see, it's got a really nice bark on it. It's nice and spongy to the touch, which is exactly what you want to look for. This was on the smoker for 6 hours. I wrapped it the final 4, so I put smoke on it for the first 2 hours. But this thing's going to pull real nice, so I'm going to go get everything together and we'll pull it and see what we got. I'm just going to pull it with my fingers. I mean, this thing is so moist and juicy. I mean, you can just pull it apart with your bare fingers. And that's exactly what you want. You know, I like to leave some big chunks in there. Blade bone just falls right out. And that's what you want right there. I mean, look at that. I mean, this pork butt is still really hot. Like I said, normally I don't pull them this quick. But still, I mean, this is going to be a great tasting butt, no doubt about it. And I like to keep big chunks of meat. I like to break up the bark and just kind of mix it all together. Okay, and then when I get it to this point, I like to go ahead and add a little bit more of our rub. You don't want a lot. Just sprinkle a little bit in there. Okay, and then my family makes a sauce. It's been in our family for generations. We call it Johnny's after my dad, but actually it was developed by my dad and my grandfather. But I'm just going to add a little bit of this and then toss it. Okay, and there you go. This is good old Polk County barbecue, no doubt about it. Polk County is the county we live in here in Florida, but it is so moist. And you can still get a little bit of that apple juice flavor in there, a little sweetness. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. So I'd have to say that Gateway Smoker did its job, and by all means, Swamp Boys Rub, you absolutely can't beat it. So please visit their website at swampboys.com, and until then, get on your smoker and rock some flavor.